really, really love. It's big enough to satisfy my hunger for growth. I want us to create a souvlaki chain.
Birthday, souvla. Christmas, souvla. Gathering, souvla. Πάει στην ταβέρνα, έχει souvla, μπουργκούρι, γεμιστά.
We are talking about an industry that has an average of 10% profitability.
You need shit tons of chicken.
Exactly. For survival reasons, we do not cook anymore. For the Cypriots, we are replacing their mom.
So we're already expecting that food and it comes and it's wrong and it's cold and like, yeah, having a good product, I think is the lowest benchmark. I think is expected.
For us, it wasn't out of passion. This is a game. So the components having a successful food brand, it's not the food. Of course, quality matters, but it's all the rest. If we go and try 10 burger shops, we will love all of them. Mitsina Larazzi.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Made in Cyprus, big business story from a tiny island, or Mitzialarotsi, as you like to describe us, and as you rightly so rebranded us organically. Before we go into our next episode, a little announcement, a little favor from you. I know there are thousands of you that watch this show. Many of you, they stop me on the street or in events. We talk about the podcast. Many of you writing us messages of support and everything. But very few of you do follow our channels on Spotify, on YouTube, and on Apple. So please do spend 30 seconds of your time to support this podcast. And don't forget that the reason why we started this podcast is to change the conversation about Cyprus, to rebrand Cyprus beyond alumi, beyond hospitality, beyond real estate, beyond passport scandals, and give a stage, a voice, an opportunity for the people that are building the future of Cyprus to come here and share the story. So please, if you like the show, go and support us, because unfortunately that is the only way that we can keep this show going. Thank you. Now, without further ado, Yiannis Hadjiconstantouras. Did I fuck it up?
Yeah, no, you did very well.
Fucking hell, mate! Like, I mean, you guys are really challenging me with these names. I'm glad I didn't not mess it up since the beginning. Yiannis, how does a marketeer finds himself into food and becomes a serial food entrepreneur or a restaurateur? How did you end up there? Was it planned as a child? I'm gonna go and be an entrepreneur in the food space, or what happened?
First of all, thank you very much for the invitation. Very inspiring to hear, the backstory of the podcast.
Thank you.
It was never the plan to become a food entrepreneur, but since a young age, since 10, 12 years old, I was always I want to do something of my own without knowing what it is or why. Things took me to become a marketeer, let's say, but the reason I did the shift easily is because I understood throughout the years that I'm not a marketeer. Actually, I'm a business guy. I want to create something, see it from nothing to something. So I was never the best marketeer in the company, never the creative guy, neither now that we are in the food industry. I have no idea around food. If you ask me to cook something, I have no idea. So it's mostly about entrepreneurship. I like this game.
Yeah.
So that's why it was easy to do the shift.
But it could have been anything else, right? Why food?
If we go back 12 years, so I co-founded, my first company was called Student Life.
Yeah.
It's a successful Cypriot brand in the youth market of Cyprus. And it was my student dissertation when I was at university. So I started with that. And the first clients we got as an agency, as a marketing agency, it was from the food industry. So I was looking the food industry like something really big in Cyprus.
Yeah.
And I could see that what we did for them, it was bringing in results. So I was always into the idea. I was telling my business partners, one day, I want us to create a souvlaki chain. Because, souvlaki is the biggest food culture in Cyprus. It wasn't souvlaki, but during COVID, when things got very hard for us in terms of entrepreneurs, we are 4 business partners. So it's a big co-founding team.
Yeah, if you have to split the revenue 4 parts.
Exactly, yeah. So we had to diversify. It was a matter of survival. And we evaluated the real estate market, the hospitality market, the food market, because based on our background, we are not tech guys. We don't have any finance, let's say, background. So the two actual industries we could enter was food or real estate. Real estate, you need bigger investments.
Yeah.
But food it was looking easier to do it. And as usual, what entrepreneurs do usually, before you evaluate everything, you start. So we started and things went well.
And which was your first brand?
The first brand was Marinato.
Yeah.
The brand that we took live, I mean, the first brand that we took online was Marinato. But the idea started from a pop-up on Galopanaiotis. My business partner lives in Galopanaiotis, and during COVID...
So this is Marinato. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. He was working on smash burgers. He was doing like a fun project during COVID, doing smash burgers. And he was telling me, I have something good here. Why not starting a burger chain?
Smells amazing. I know, because I also order them quite a lot. It's very, very nice.
No, Marinato, it's a big hit. I mean,
this goes straight into the belly. So why wasn't souvlaki then?
After things got serious in terms of let's think about it, what we should create, we saw a gap in the health section of food, let's say, to have more healthy options and also lunch.
Yeah.
Because in 2020 it was when there was a shift in delivery apps, in people not cooking so much for lunch, ordering more food for lunch. So we were looking for a lunch brand. The idea of Marinato came in collaboration with a chef that we used to work in our early days. So we launched Marinato probably after 2 months that we decided in September we want to do this. And Marinato went live in early December.
Wow.
So quickly we found the first kitchen. It was a small snack bar in Nicosia that was up for sale. We bought that out without thinking too many details. We renovated a bit the kitchen, and it was just delivery. So it was like a dark kitchen.
So it was a ghost kitchen, right?
Yeah, that was the first idea.
Interesting. So and also it's important to notice that this is during COVID.
Yeah.
Right. So that was 2019, 2020 as well, right? So like instead of going into, oh my God, we are fucked energy mode, what are we gonna do? You just went and you guys risked even more, right? So you went into something completely unknown. Did any one of you had hospitality experience?
Just my business partner. His father had a pizzeria, but not the actual experience. You say we have experience, so it's easy to enter this market. It was a big risk, but because we learned that, for me, entrepreneurship is like, it's the same. Whatever you do, in whatever industry you enter, it's the same. The pillars are there. I mean, you have to know operations, you have to know finances, you have to know people. So it was like, we knew how to do those things. Why not enter this market and we will figure it out.
Yeah.
So that was the idea. And during COVID, taking a step back and discussing a bit student life, I mean, COVID for us was a bless because student life, we did a big change and we have a training school. And it was everything, in a room like this with the ability to train 10, 15 people maximum. During COVID, we took everything online. Now we train more than 50 people in every course. So COVID helped student life to expand. And also gave us the push to enter a new market, which I really, really love. I mean, for me now, I live the dream that I'm in this kind of market that it's big enough to satisfy my hunger for growth in a good way. I mean, it's a market that I can give my everything and I take back.
Would you say that you every now and then you get bored and you need to have a new project? Is that what pushes you to go into something new? And
I get bored with the details of the job, let's say. So every time what I do is growing the business. Obviously, my everyday tasks changes. So I always try to recruit people to do the things I do and go a step higher, let's say. But with this market, with this new business that we have, I'm not looking into other industries. it's so big that you can do too many things. It's not just the delivery. You can do whatever you want in this market. So I believe for the next 5-10 years it will be more than enough for me to invest my time here.
So you get a concept, you get a name, you with Marinato you obviously want to do a healthy chicken and with all in one pot, like with the rice, with the salad, with the chicken. So it's like one pot kind of meal. It's healthy, it's balanced, it's good, it's affordable, looks great. So you get a concept, and then how does it work to going into day zero of opening the shop? Sourcing the material, finding the people. Because all of that, you guys were all 4 virgins into this conversation, right? So how did you go about it?
At the beginning, we got a lot of help from the chef I told you before. Yeah. So he had the experience in recruiting, in setting up the kitchen. So we trusted him to do the first steps.
Did you hire him, or how did it work?
We hired him, but during the early, let's say after 1 or 2 months, we got into a level that it was, I was impressed with ourselves, how quickly we understood this industry, how things work, what we mean by food cost, how you can actually track that, staff cost, everything. I mean, that's why I say I'm not a marketeer, I'm more like a business guy, because for me, everything is a system. So we entered this market. I was trying to understand how is this game played, to understand the components of the game, and we're getting better on each component every day. For the first year, it was a mess. I don't even want to think about the losses we did the first year, and it was very difficult. But thankfully, we managed to make it profitable. On the right time, so we didn't,
So what was eating your profits then? What was the mess?
Because we started delivery, 100% delivery concept. You get the commissions from the platforms. It's very high. You have more stuff than you need, because at the beginning of the kitchen you don't have the sales to support it. And in general, we are talking about an industry that has an average of 10% profitability. So from 10 to 20%, 20 is the best.
You need shit tons of chickens.
Exactly. So that's the factor that will, either you are becoming something or you are destroyed and you lost a lot of money. So for us, it was all in to make this successful. And thankfully, Marinato was a big hit. I mean, there was a perfect product market fit for Marinato, especially when we introduced the rice bowls. There is magic in that bowl. I mean, rice, chicken, the coleslaw. It's something, when we came in Limassol, we didn't expect it to, I mean, in 1 month, we got the sales we had in Nicosia, just in 1 month by going live on the platforms. So because we had that successful...
Is it lunch mostly? Is it like business?
60-40.
60% lunch.
Lunch and 40% dinner. Yeah. But it's easy for Marinato to get repeat customers. It was easy. So it helped us,
I'm not saying this because I have you on the podcast. I'm not an investor. I have no stakes into it. But I ordered it once because you guys were running an offer, and then I ordered it again quite a few times because it's easy, it's simple, it's chicken, and I think there is this general consciousness about healthy eating among professionals. Είμαστε πολύ busy, έχουμε πολύ δουλειά. We don't have time to cook, and also we want something fast, good, nutritious, convenient for lunch as well, right? So, and I think it ticks all the boxes. And I think, funny enough, the fact that COVID happened, and then this happened after COVID with the new life, the boom of real estate of Limassol, how it grows, how many people live. It was all a perfect alignment of things, you know?
That's true. Especially COVID for us, we started a delivery concept. All the food platforms, when we started, it was foodie only food.
Yeah.
Then we had Wolt and Bolt. So in 1 year, everything changed.
Yeah.
I mean, from 0 deliveries,
Oh
let's
my
say,
God, yeah.
everyone was delivering ordering everything.
Yeah, and there are
So-
a few of the delivery platforms that also disappeared. I remember there were a few
Yeah.
that came here, didn't manage. Yeah, the Foodie, Wolt, Bolt. There were some other Wolf. Wasn't it a Wolf or something like that? I don't remember. There
Yeah,
were
Wolf and Rocket.
Wolf and Rocket as well that came and then left. And when did you decide? Okay, so Marinato is going well. When did you decide to go with the other shops then?
It was from day one the concept of having a multi-brand kitchen.
Yeah.
So that was the idea. I think 7-8 months later we launched Flipstreet,
Yeah.
which
Which
also
is right
yeah,
there
it's
as
smash burger, very simple smash burger concept. We knew it will go well because it was the brand that Andreas was working with the pop-up in Galopanaiotis. We were getting the feedback from there. So as soon as we launched it, it went also very well.
So you kept the strategy of doing a pop-up, seeing how it was going,
Yeah.
collecting feedback, and then launching the shop. So that is your framework, yeah?
Yeah, especially with Flipstreet, that was the framework.
Yeah.
Our next brand, which was a failure, it was called Krusta.
Yeah.
If you ask me, it was the perfect branding, the perfect story, the
Yeah.
perfect concept. It was focaccia sandwiches with a crust. Very nice, but really small market because it's sandwich market. And it was not delivering well. The focaccia bread, because of the crust, because of it was going and it was
Soggy.
chewy. Yeah.
Nah.
So
And it's also it's not that straightforward to do focaccia.
Yeah.
It's not exactly like pizza or normal bread, right? It has to be done properly.
probably because we launched it in Nicosia and
Yeah.
we killed it in Nicosia,
Yeah.
if we brought it in Limassol, I think it could go much better than
Yeah.
Nicosia.
Did you
But
guys do pop-up for that as well, or
No.
you believed into it? Oh, interesting.
it wasn't a pop-up. It was like doing like a research, seeing what's going around in the world, like new concepts. We did some trials with the neighborhood.
Yeah. And how long did it last then?
Around a year. And when we decided to kill it was when we bought our new kitchen in Nicosia. We had to move the first kitchen because it was too small. So we went into a bigger kitchen, and the kitchen there was also a ghost kitchen with multiple food brands. One of the food brands was Makai. It's poke bowls. It was a successful concept in Nicosia, but the guy wanted to get out of this industry. So we bought the kitchen and the brand, and we had four brands. And it was too much to run 4 brands in the same kitchen. And after evaluating the numbers, we decided let's focus on the 3 more successful brands. That's why we took it out from the picture.
Is Marinato still the most successful one
Yeah.
out of all of them?
All 3 of them, depending on the city. I mean, now we have 4 shops. We have one in city center of Nicosia, La Catamnia, Larnaca, and Limassol.
Yeah.
So Paphos next year.
Next year.
And Marinato is our top brand in every location. Flipstreet is going well everywhere. Makai, because it's a more specific, let's say, concept,
Yeah.
is going much better in Nicosia and Limassol, and we're working on it for Larnaca. So, depending on the brand, you can see a difference in the demand.
Nah. It's interesting because I think this concept of ghost kitchens I was following quite a lot. Because as I was telling you before, I grew up in hospitality, right? So since I was 14, I went to work as a waiter. I paid my studies. I traveled to London as well. I worked at a very, very high-end restaurant in there. So I've seen a bit of everything, and it's a fairly novel concept as well, which I think it originated in New York, where it was very crowded, limited spaces. Lots of business people, lots of delivery, the bike couriers as well, right? So people were ordering food, and they weren't really caring in a way where it was coming from, right?
Yeah.
And to the and this concept quickly exploded during COVID as well because people were ordering more, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even Cyprus became so accustomed that you can deliver everything, and thanks to COVID, right? That innovation probably will have come very, very late in Cyprus as well in terms
that's
of
true.
like, for
That's
example, Alpha Omega deliveries, and shopping online. And I remember clearly, like in London, it became so popular, this concept of the food kitchens, that you could see containers in parking lots. You could see the people cooking out of the caravans and then shipping it over. And basically what it means is that there is no customer facing infrastructure. You cannot come there and order and sit down and have food as a restaurant. But it also means that they don't have the biggest markup of hospitality, which is alcohol, wines, cocktails, and everything. So you really need to sell more. Huh?
Yeah, and I think what we realized early on with ghost kitchens is that it was a success. You saw a lot of new brands coming up in the market.
Yeah.
But you actually need to have a brand. You actually need to have the credibility.
Yeah.
And a lot of people after COVID, after we all started to be more conscious on what we are ordering, let's say, the brands that survived was the ones that they did something more than just going online on the food apps.
Yeah.
So that's why we pivoted a bit from a ghost kitchen to a multi-brand kitchen, that there is a front of kitchen for takeaway, basically. It's just for
also people can come to yours and take out.
Yeah, but it's mostly for credibility reasons. I mean, you can see the shop, you can see here is Marinato. So it's mostly about that. And because we were looking in the industry in general, I mean, especially in the US, you could see ghost kitchens going out of business because of this.
Because they don't have the same regulations as well as they had in the restaurant, at least at the beginning.
But mostly it's about, you need to have the brand, you need to do a lot of things from the traditional, let's say, side of things in order to survive. It's not just I'm opening a new kitchen, I'm running a new food brand and it will be successful. And what we see now in Cyprus, unfortunately, if you see 50 new concepts, from those 50, only 5 of them will survive. Because with the new era of food apps, you also can open a new burger shop in the parking lot here. You will get the first 30, 40 orders. You will feel that, oh, I'm doing well.
It's happening.
But when you start playing with the numbers, you understand that I'm going on a loss every single day. Because I would say you need 150 in terms of orders to have something sustainable.
150 orders per day.
Per day. So it's easy to get the 40, 50 orders and you feel, oh, something good is happening here. But for going from the 50 to 150, it's so difficult. And that's why you see a lot of concepts opening, closing. And okay, it's normal. In these kind of developments, it's normal for people to test it and understand what's working.
And in Limassol specifically as well, now I see a lots of the Russian-speaking entrepreneurs as well going into hospitality. There are like new restaurants happening everywhere. But most of them, I think the majority, it's like high-end as well, right? So it's 25 euro, 30 euro for a plate of pasta, which as an Italian is like, hell, there has to be a really good plate of pasta, and then you go, it's tiny and it's like cacio e pepe, which is like 3 ingredients and water is one of the ingredients. So, but is the reality of Limassol, right? I think Limassol is expanding into a high-end place, right? Then Nerchume, normal spiris, right? So everything that they're building now, it's imported. Marble, bigger verandas and terraces overlooking the sea and everything, which I think for you is good, right? Because I think more people that have desire to buy, I think.
Of course. I mean, we open our kitchen in Limassol and in just 1 month we got the sales we wanted. If it was, let's say, 10 years ago and we were opening a new restaurant traditional way, it would take us 2 years.
But also 10 years, that is interesting as well, because I think, again, COVID, I don't know, maybe I'm putting something out of my back here, but I think COVID and the fact that we had a big flow or foreigners, Russian-speaking, Ukrainians, Israeli, I think, coming from, for the lack of a better word, I don't want to say more developed, probably more bigger, let's say, food scenes out there, right? Let's say they're coming from Kiev, they're coming from Moscow, they're coming from Tel Aviv, which there are lots of restaurants. They came in here and I think they have an appetite for diversity. Because I think Emis, and I'm putting myself into the Cypriots, είμαστε πολύ traditional when it goes into food, right? One of the things that I had to adjust myself coming and living in Cyprus is that, like, birthday souvla, Christmas, suvla, gathering, suvla, πάει στην ταβέρνα, έχει σούβλα, πουργούρι, γεμιστά. Έρχομαι 15, 20, 10, 15 kind of plates. It's always the same. Amazing. Yeah, sure. One taverna is different than the other. Allah, it's very conservative as a food scene. So it's good that these things happen, and it's good that people like you are trying also to, to do things a bit differently and offer some variety.
I understand what you are saying, and I agree. In the restaurant world, in the traditional restaurant world, this is what happened. I mean, we got more international in terms of the people that live in Cyprus, so we saw a lot of new concepts. But in terms of delivery, what we are seeing is that we are becoming the fuel of people. They are not cooking at home. They are willing to pay for the convenience of having the food delivered at their place. So it's not like it's like we are replacing, for the Cypriots, we are replacing their mom. So that's why delivery is going well, because it's a change in the culture. I mean, there is no 30-year-old guy or girl today in Cyprus that they will cook every single day. If someone is excited with cooking, then they might cook. But for survival reasons, we do not cook anymore. So it's a matter of ordering everything every day.
We live in the age of convenience, right? Like there are apps to do anything. Like, I mean, Amazon has this little device that understands when your dishwashing liquid is running low, so it auto orders and delivers next day. You know, like we have the supermarket 1 minute and a half from home. Maybe not in Cyprus, but in London or in Rome, in, let's say, in Northern Europe, you have same-day delivery with Amazon Prime, right? So and again, especially in Limassol, where higher salary, tech jobs, tech fluent people coming from communities where they have these services, and they come here and they say, it's convenience, right? And I learned this from my business partner as well, because like I grew up in an immigrant's family, like very simple, and my parents were both working and they were out all day. So me and my brother, we either cook or we don't eat. Right, this was the 90s in Venice. Can you imagine? You can, maybe there is a psistaria that you can go, but like it's either that cook or don't eat. So we were always cooking. But now there are so many different choices, and my time is more expensive and more valuable than a 15 euro delivery, 20 euro delivery.
If my mom got the idea of delivery, then there is no turning back.
She's also ordering.
She's used to, souvla, as you said. It's Sunday. I'm going to cook everything.
She's a good cook.
So she was always, let's cook, let's do souvla. Start from 6 in the morning until 1 o'clock to finish with the preparations. One day I told her, let's order to see what I mean by this. No. But because she had something to do that day, so we ordered. When we finished, and he just threw everything. I mean, the packaging. She said, that's why you like ordering. So in just 1 hour, we ate, we cleaned, finished. Of course, there is magic in the cooking together as a family, especially on the grill, But I mean, the convenience is there. So that's why there is no going back. So for us as a business, as a company, that's why we invest a lot in this market of delivery. We try to be as convenient as possible for people. Even our food brands, what we like to say is that we prepare food that is made for delivery. That's the whole idea, to do something that will deliver well. It will be very nice to eat after 20 minutes that will arrive here. So you have to understand also the culture of the industry that you are in.
Because not every food is deliverable, right? As you said, and as your Krusta brand demonstrated. So Yiannis, if you had to score the most important ingredients, pun intended, the most important ingredients of making a successful ghost kitchen and brand, how important is, let's say, the concept and the concept research and doing your studies and understanding the market gap, the positioning of the brand?
It's very important, very, very important, because again, let's use an example. You see a lot of burger shops coming up.
My gosh, yeah.
The reason
Now
you
is
see-
the smash burger is very
Yeah.
popular, right?
The reason you see this is because it's simple to do. From the 3 brands we have, it's the simplest concept. So people get into this market because it's easy, but it's super crowded. So
Yeah.
it will be very difficult for someone to succeed.
Do they
So-
get into this market? Sorry to interrupt, because I want to follow up. Do they get into this market because they're led by passion? Is something that they want to do? They want to try?
Yeah. Usually it's someone that likes to cook.
No.
Someone
Alla
that
de
likes
mine-
to grill,
No.
and he feels that I know about beef, I know how to
No.
do a really nice smash burger, and it's easy. I mean, it's very easy to do a smash burger.
Alla
It's,
de Neshi
2 ingredients.
entrepreneurial mindset. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but if you get into the numbers and if you understand how many burger shops are out there, how crowded it is, you will understand quickly that, okay, that's not a concept to enter. So you have to see the competition and you have to try and find a specific section of the market to cover it, let's say, to offer something better in some way. And I'm speaking about delivery. I don't know about the restaurants, but for this concept, because you need a lot of orders and you need to have something that it will be simple to make,
Yeah.
but top quality
Yeah.
to make a difference on the customer. If it was just chicken from our side and rice, you wouldn't order again. But because it's marinated chicken, the rice is not the simple white rice you can have out there. So we put a lot of work into those simple items. It's something different from Sistaria.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. I mean, if someone told me now I will enter the food market, I would tell them, not a good idea. But if you are an entrepreneur that you actually want to do something and it's not out of passion, for us it wasn't out of passion, this is a game that we want to understand how it's played, and we are going to become one of the top players in the market.
Nah.
So the components for me about having a successful food brand, it's not the food. Of course, quality matters, but it's all the rest. Because if we take the example of burger shops, if we go and try 10 burger shops, we will love all of them. But to be successful and sustainable, there are a lot of other things you need to do.
Yeah, I love that. I think that would be a very, very, very good quote. You know, the success about a food business is not in the food. It's actually being because, and that is the reality of, I think, every single market nowadays. Έχουμε πολύ choices in everything, right? Every single market as a marketeer is a red ocean, right?
Yeah.
Everything. So yeah, having a good product is I think is the lowest benchmark. I think it's expected.
Yeah.
You are gonna go and produce a new car brand. It needs to be a fucking awesome car brand. You go out there and do a good pizza. It needs to be a good fucking pizza. Allah, it's half the battle.
Yeah.
You know. So and then how important is for a ghost kitchen positioning and placement in the city? Is that important nowadays?
Of course. What we do when we are in the lookout for a new location, we try to get data from the food apps. I mean, we are asking them, we have these concepts, our concepts. Give us your insights on where we should open.
They do give this sort of data.
They don't give us the data. They give us like an area that it would be good to open this concept.
Oh,
let's
wow.
say. And we also do our own research in terms of looking at the competition. Where are the successful other food concepts? If they are successful there might be something good. So positioning, it's very important. For us, for example, in Larnaca. Larnaca is a small city. So we were looking for a location that would cover also Livadia, which is towards the Keia, to cover Aradipu, another big area, and also Larnaca. So it has to be a location to cover all 3 big areas. So you get the biggest market you can in terms of people. So it's very, very important to get the correct location.
No. And brand building?
I think brand building, it comes as in this industry, for some reason, it comes as number 2, let's say, priority. First of all, you have to do a very good food brand. Then you have to run that business like McDonald's. So for me, it's like
cost-cutting.
Efficiency in everything. And after that, if you survive, then you start to play the game of let's take the brand to the next level. I mean, for us, we are in this business for 5-6 years. We are not doing super marketing activities, let's say, I mean, above the line or billboards or radio, nothing. We are focused in the delivery apps. We are focused in producing top quality food profitable for us. And now in 2026, we are about to enter, doing the more strategic marketing tasks, let's say. Because we have the budget. You don't actually have too much budget to do branding and do, let's say, the more above the line activities that would make your brand feel more top of mind. So yeah, if I could say, for us, we run this business in 4+1 important numbers. And I think every food entrepreneur that is successful, it will seem too obvious for them. But I don't think it's obvious for the majority of people that are in this industry. So the 4 most important numbers is, first of all, for the delivery concepts, reviews. The whole company, we are 50 people now. All of them are in one Viber group. And every single day, the people on the cashiers, they are sending every review we get from 3-star and below. They send the review in the Viber group. They say the reason of that review and what we did as a service recovery. So the whole company is focused on the reviews. That's why we managed to keep, I believe, if you go and see other food chains, you will see that they don't have very good reviews, average reviews. They have very good food. I mean, you know the brand, but if you go and actually check their reviews, they are not so well, because if you are running more than one kitchen, it's not easy to maintain the consistency, the quality, the service, the customer support. But for us, because it's a top priority, everyone, that's the culture of the company. So reviews is top priority. We are doing everything. There is no way we are going to have a problematic item that will take us more than one day to understand that something is wrong. So reviews are number 1. Then you have the food cost. If you talk with business entrepreneurs, food entrepreneurs, they will tell you it shouldn't be more than 30%. But I'm sure everyone are running their business with more than 30% food cost. So it's a matter of actually running your numbers as regular as possible. For us, it's monthly. Then you have the staff cost. I mean, because the margins are so low, you have to work on your food cost, on your staff cost. You cannot miss those numbers. And of course, sales. You have to do the tactics to get in the sales, because everything falls below that number. But also what we are trying to, all those numbers, you can actually track them with data. But because as a company, we put a lot of focus on culture, on people, on having a good environment. And now because we are growing from just a kitchen of 10 people to 50 people, 60, 70, we are trying to find a way to measure our culture, let's say. So now it's just a subjective feeling of Yiannis, looking at, okay, if I see people staying with us long, then we are doing something good. If they refer their friends to come and work with us, we are doing something good. But I want to find like a measurement of having a good culture that will keep top talent, because everybody is the same. I mean, even in a kitchen, you need top talent to be successful.
Yeah, it's interesting, which again takes me back to the differences with a normal restaurant, because I think in the normal restaurants you had shift, you have people coming, I don't know if you guys are doing, but I remember like we were having food together, and then when the service was finished, we were having a drink while we were cleaning, so there was a bigger central environment where everyone was gathering, kitchen staff, porter staff, the boss, the bar guys, right? It was all a whole community, and I think that was the real engine of the operation, because it's hard work. Right, like in restaurants and whether it's a backhand or front hand, I remember I had one day off in London. I had 2 shifts of 10 hours. It's just a long, hard work.
Exactly. So it's a big responsibility for us, because it's a hard work. We need to make sure that at least all the rest, salary, environment, the way you get treated in our company, we should be at the best possible position with those things. I will not make grilling easy. It's not easy. It's super hot. But I can be respectful to that guy that is spending so much time there. And I'm not allowed to raise my voice. Not me, not the store manager, not anyone. So we have to be at least respectful.
100%. Do you have struggles on finding kitchen staff?
No.
There are people that want to work,
And if you ask other food entrepreneurs, they will tell you it's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not a problem for us. And I'm very proud and happy to see this because we invest a lot of time in being a good employer.
Yeah.
And you can see the result now. We are looking to open a new kitchen in Limassol. And we are looking for a store manager. Everything starts from the store manager. We already found the store managers from referrals.
Yeah.
So it's easy for us to find people because they come in an environment that is giving a good salary, respectful. We try to balance. I mean, for me, as a business guy, I have a balanced life. I go home at 5 o'clock. I spend time with my kids, with my wife. I want the same for my people. So I don't want to be understaffed. I want to be slightly overstaffed so we can give them at least an easy, let's say, work day.
Yeah.
So it's not difficult for us to find people. What's difficult is to find the top talent, like everywhere, but we get a lot of leads, we try a lot of people, and we keep those that are top.
I think that is your brand, right? I think the way that I define brand is the sum of the experiences that generate an understandable perception in the mind of people, right? So I think you're a good hire, you have good food. I think it's very, very important what you guys are doing in terms of covering up the fuck ups, right? Because in this type of industry, shit will happen. There is traffic, the delivery guy is late, or he had a crash, or it's raining, yalla, 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 the food comes cold, comes delayed, there is a mistake, there is an order, and there is nothing that rages people more than waiting for your order that you are hungry and you're already salivating, it comes and it's wrong. Like my girlfriend absolutely loses it when it happens because she's already kind of savoring the food experience, and we love eating, right? So we're already expecting that food, and it comes and it's wrong, and it's cold, and like, you know, like it's almost like when the Wi-Fi stops working. You know, you don't notice Wi-Fi only when it stops working, and it's the same with food. You know, it's such a big pleasure, especially in Mediterranean countries. You know, so it's very very smart that you guys are monitoring it there and fixing it, because sometimes, you know, from a brand perspective, the best customer brand relationship builder is how you do PR on fires. I remember once I was in Airbnb, something happened, and I was obviously chatting with an AI, but as soon as the AI saw the word safety in my message, I got escalated immediately to a direct line immediately with a human, and I got offered immediately a free hotel accommodation, refund, yalla yalla yalla, you know, immediately. And I think that is very, very smart. I think we need to strategize around giving a good customer experience, but sometimes it's even more important to acknowledge that shit will happen and what you're going to do with it.
Exactly.
Right?
I got in front of this concept of service recovery 10 years ago. And for me, it's exciting when something bad happens. Because it's your chance to show you who you are, who you actually are.
Extra mile. And I think it's a concept that Cyprus, then he must
that's why it's a big opportunity.
Customer experience.
That's why we're doing well. I'm sure about it. And I'm sure that's why Student Life was doing well, and that's why our brands are doing well, because we try to deliver more than we get.
I can tell that you're a food entrepreneur that learned your customer experiences lessons out of food. Which is very important. And I give another example that I always use during my workshop and brand training. You know, back in the days, I wanted to go to a taverna for fish outside of Limassol without dropping names. And I called the place because another thing that we're not really good is managing our Google pages, right? The opening hours, yalla yalla yalla. It was Sunday, and I called and I said, "Hi, I want to come for lunch. I'm just calling to see if you guys are open." And the gentleman on the other line pick up the phone and says, "I pick up the phone. What do you think?" And I'm like, "Wow, you really don't want me, right? You really don't want me to come for lunch." And that apparently insignificant customer experience and apparently insignificant customer touch point made me stop going to that place. I told all my friends.
What I like to say that people complain about Cyprus, that it's a small market. The competition is really low in those aspects. And if you go out there and actually be a professional, respectful, deliver on your promises, you will be successful. That's so simple.
Put a smile, be like, you know, there is this beautiful word that like in Italian we say the restaurant owner is the oste, which basically translates to the host. right? He hosts you in his place. And hosting, it's like a religion, right? I'm a half Armenian, right? So like the hosting mentality is everything, right? When you're hosting someone at your home, you make people feel like kings, like they're part of your family. And I think, to me, especially when you're going into a restaurant, it's very important. And especially that you guys also are doing the same without having the restaurant, it's even better.
Yeah, you have to be, for us, the examples is when a customer calls about a wrong item.
Yeah.
Okay, because it will happen. You don't have to get into the details. You immediately apologize and ask them if you want to remake the order, send something for free. I mean, you have to be...
Yeah.
You are not doing the extra mile. You are just doing what you should do. I mean, they are paying you to serve them food. You have to be respectful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the baseline.
So you don't start even arguing what happened on everything.
No.
You go with the philosophy, with the old school customer is right.
For sure, there are people that are taking advantage of the refunds and everything, but I don't care, because if you have 100 mistakes in a month, 10 of them it might be a scam. So what?
No.
The rest of the 90 customers, if I treat them like a scam, they will not order again.
No, perception is better. And Yiannis, now you have it figured it out. You have the margin, the numbers, the framework, the whole processes, that everything is figured out. Obviously, you're expanding Limassol. How about franchising?
That's the next exciting game for us. Because we, as I told you in the beginning, I like to define ourselves as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So we understood how this game is played. We are playing it very well. We are structuring the company to run smoothly without us into the day-to-day business. So we started the discussions on franchising. We already got into an agreement with a company from Italy and US to do the franchise booklet. So we are working on that. And for me, it's super exciting to say, let's say in 10 years from now, that we have 10, 20, 50 shops somewhere else. For me, it's a huge dream that will come true. And I'm sure we will do it, because we are not doing it for the money. We are doing it because we love this game.
No.
So it will be a reality. The only question is when.
I wish you all the best. Are you making more, equivalent, or less money as a food entrepreneur than as a marketing entrepreneur?
Much more.
Much more.
If you find the numbers, it's a huge market. But it's difficult. For sure, it's difficult. Now we are doing more. The first 2-3 years, we are doing much less.
First 2 years, you were shitting your pants.
Exactly.
Yiannis, before I let you go, finish these sentences that I'm reading you with one word, with a sentence, 1 word, 2 words, whatever. I realize I explained it shittily, but anyway, hopefully you get that. Cyprus food culture is?
A bubble.
Why, Yadi?
Too many things. It's what I told you before, because I see a lot of...
it will burst,
yeah?
It will burst and normalize.
Yeah.
Ghost kitchens are?
History. You have to adapt to the new world.
Oh, really? Amazing. Franchising is?
Exciting.
A good burger is?
A simple burger.
Ah, yes. Success for me is?
Freedom.
Yiannis, thank you very much. Where can people find you if they want to connect with you, follow your journey, or ask you something more?
On all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm very open. Usually, whenever I get a message, I always reply, and I'm always there for people that they want to start something of their own, to share my experiences if I can help. So, yeah.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you, Yiannis. Thank you for your time. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time. Subscribe, share, leave a star, review, comment, tell your yaya, tell your papu. Help us, please, rebrand Cyprus and with the podcast. And I'll see you next time. Ciao.
Mitzina la Rozzi.
Mitzia la Rozzi.